Welcome back.
Hello.
We are Seismic Heroes. That is Travis. I am Joe. And we are in the midst of a trial.
We're running around in circles.
Yeah, it does feel like this. I will say that.
These witnesses can't keep their stories straight.
Yep. We're uncovering some interesting stuff here, so.
Yeah. So where we last left off, we're trying to prove that the passengers that were in the carriage were not able to see the seats that were like right below them.
Right. So now the judge is asking us to put a name to somebody, that person, this mysterious person that could have been there.
Yeah.
So. That is, alas, you're able to put a name to this mysterious passenger to whom you allude. Can you, Mr. Naruhodo?
That. I honestly don't know. Who could it have been? Who could have been in the other seat, which was out of sight from the witnesses on the roof deck? God. I don't even know if we have anything that would even get us to that point. So,
The only thing we know, we got this guy here. It does have an M on it.
what is it? Masters?
What does it say? Yeah, job. That's just job.
Job masters. Okay, yeah. That's just the business.
Yeah,
I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be anything with a carriage.
I don't think so either. Oh, maybe an ID fill or something. No, it doesn't look like it.
Is there anything else in like the ledger or something like that?
Maybe. Let's see.
Because we still didn't confirm if that knife actually is an M. Nothing how to play. Okay, I was gonna say. We already did.
Hold on, let's just look inside.
We'll go to double jail if we
Oh,
open
wait
it. All right. This is probably just gonna give us that same clue as before.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah, it's not gonna give us anything different.
Sucks.
I'm not even gonna.
Well, anything on the gloves? Any like stitching that we can see? Yeah, just like rotate around it. Not looking like it. Murder gloves. Yeah, unless there's something on his person. He is missing a button, but I don't think that really matters much. His clothes do look pretty ratty.
You're right. It's kind of open. No, I guess that's when he's dead. So
Nothing there.
nothing.
So, maybe we have to put a name to this person.
I don't think we can.
I don't think we can either. I don't think we have that. I have literally no idea.
But as a proud citizen of the Japanese Empire, excuse me, you will look to the sky and walk on, making sure all signs of tears are gone. Go on!
This isn't just a case of going on, Miss Susato. All right then, I'll go on. Wait, do we really have to?
We do.
Fucking hey, man. All
Okay.
right. All right.
What's he gonna do?
The defense would like to put forward a name. Oh, he got another glass.
Oh, he did.
You are a fool. That response was a desperate attempt by a man who has no notion of his own limitations.
Is he gonna crush it again?
A toast to hard lessons not yet learned.
Well, we haven't broken his spirits yet, so he's not gonna break his chalice.
That's true.
Rest of the Lake household, the defense is still to name the passenger at the other seat.
Damn. This could be it. This could be the chance I've been waiting for to turn this trial in my favor. On that night, on the night of the murder, the person occupying the seat in the omnibus cabin that was obscured from the view was... Oh, jeez.
Oh, I forgot we can look at the people.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that too. So
it was Susato. No, I swear.
Why?
I'm a Japanese.
So we know that those two are on the top because I mean I guess they both said that they saw each other. The dude was driving the cabin. Obviously he's in there because he died, and our client was also in there.
These are all the people?
I think these are all the people.
Okay.
Like, it wouldn't be the guy who hired us, who brought us in.
Yeah, that wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, it wouldn't make any sense either.
Although his first name is male, and an M is on the fancy dagger.
That is true. Points more towards him.
Mm-hmm. Because there's Baroque von Zeeks.
There's nothing
He's dead. Beppo, Bruce Fairplay. I think it's...
Yeah, we got 4 tries. Yeah, because there's nothing that we can... There's nothing that those two said that would lead us to believe that they were in the cabin, because obviously they didn't see anything, or so they told us, but...
Why? And that's why... Why else would this dude... Why else would he send us to the wolves and be like, yeah, if you can somehow get through this case, you rookie.
Yeah.
You think you can... So he's trying to get himself off.
Get an easy victory.
Yep.
Give it a shot.
I think it's this guy.
Yes. Concealed in the blind spot of the cabin that night was none other than this unexpected passenger. The fact that they didn't say it.
Whatever so-called logic you use to arrive at that conclusion, it matters not. Because your answer has made one thing abundantly clear.
Nope.
The real blind spot is inside your head, and it would appear to be unusually large.
Damn.
You could have just said that. It's not right.
Alright.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Naruhodo, our task here is to defend Mr. McGilded. And we are working on the assumption that he is innocent of this crime.
Yes, of course. Why?
That must mean that there was someone else inside the omnibus with Mr. McGilded, the true culprit.
That's right, exactly what I've been... Oh. Of course. So the 2 people sitting inside the cabin, the witnesses saw through the skylight that night. They were the victim and the real culprit.
It doesn't seem as though we've been making a false assumption.
So, gloves. What if it's the driver? What if he wasn't actually driving?
True. I guess the horses could just move on their own.
Like, the only one who hasn't like said anything about seeing anything was the driver, because we know the 2 were looking down, because none of them has contradicted each other about them being on top. But nobody said anything about the driver, and we haven't really been talking about him much, aside from the fact that he skimped them on the fare.
Right.
Plus, the driver would also be able to unlock the cabin door. Like, there's no way he wouldn't be able to get in there somehow.
Yeah, why wouldn't it be unlocked?
Also, why would he change the fares unless there was a reason for him to try to trick people?
Right. Huh.
He must have been sitting somewhere else. I feel like it's got to be the driver.
Okay.
That's not the right culture. That's just so the name of passenger on the seat.
Okay.
Another one for the road.
Yeah, no, another smack to the face. Another...
Yeah, let's go for the driver.
Go for the driver.
Beppo.
You old
we
bastard.
We only know what his first name is, too.
That's true. You're right.
Well, maybe not. Okay. Throw that out the window.
Okay.
Oh, buddy. Well, it was a sound theory. I have no idea. It's not Migo Toba, because why would it be?
Wait a minute. Oh, I'm an idiot.
Huh?
It's saying the person occupying the seat in the omnibus cabin that was obscured from view was, and it was him.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, we're reading it wrong. We're trying to think of who's the culprit in this case.
Yeah.
And no, it's the guy that they can't see.
Which we already thought that in that one photo, it didn't look like him.
Right.
Duh. Yeah.
We just gotta read it. We gotta fucking read.
The passenger in the enclosed cabin that the witnesses on the roof deck failed to see has to have been Mr. McGilded.
Mick,
Mr. McGilded?
what are you talking about, Counsel? That's the name of the defendant.
Rabble. Oh, he threw it that time.
Wow.
If I desecrate this chamber by smashing my hallowed chalice, do forgive the discourtesy.
We're not going to forgive all these discourtesies, sir.
How many chalices did you bring with you?
I know.
Don't mention sex.
Quiet, simp.
Excuse me.
People talk of those tiny island nations in the Far East as having a learning and culture of their own. But I see they use the term ill-advisedly.
What are you trying to say?
Let me explain in terms even a student of an artless backwater such as yourself might understand.
Man, he's getting really mean.
Yeah, he is.
When the bloody scene unfolded, the victims and his assailant were sitting side by side. Multiple witnesses have tested to this fact. It's the very premise on which the case is built.
Does he? But what's his face? Mr. McGilded already said that he was asleep.
That's true. But the premise may be wrong.
What?
If the victim really was sitting beside Mr. McGilded, it creates an inconsistency that can't be reconciled in any way.
What inconsistency, Counsel?
The defendant's glove is my lord.
Trying to visualize, like, okay, what hand would he would have put it on and stuff. So, okay.
Both witnesses made the same testimony. They claimed that there was blood on both hands of the person sitting next to the victim.
Yet we know truth to be otherwise. Only one glove bears the gory remains.
The point is, even in the face of this irrefutable evidence, both witnesses have maintained their stance.
Yes, the testimony remains unchanged.
Exactly. They both adamantly swear that they clearly remember seeing blood on both hands of the assailant. In short, their memory of events is correct, and their testimony reveals the truth. It was somebody else sitting beside the victim that night, a third party we have yet to identify. And the victim's blood was on the passenger's hands, both of them.
And who was that third party?
Obviously, the true culprit.
Extraordinary. Order. What exactly are you postulating?
The defense's postulation is just that, nothing more than conjecture. The witnesses have clearly stated that they saw the accused.
But when elaborating on his testimony, Mr. Fairplay said the two of them were wearing hats and I couldn't exactly make out their faces.
Yes. The tops of their heads were obscured by the roof. I could see the rest of them, though.
Yes, that's right. Both chants were most certainly hatted. Hatters do tend to notice such things, sir.
They were hated too. I wanted to kill myself.
I hated their hats. I thought it looked taggy.
And what particular styles of hats did the two gentlemen who sport, Mr. First? ...
I'm afraid I don't remember. And you call yourself a hatter?
Like, honestly.
The style of hat makes no difference. There was no third passenger in the cabin.
How can he be so sure?
Because if there had been, the accused Mr. McGilded would have undoubtedly have offered to dispose the fact.
Well, he was asleep.
Unless, that is, you are proposing an even more preposterous explanation. The accused failed even to notice the presence of the true culprit in the very cabin in which he traveled.
He already said he falls asleep when he goes in there.
It's true. He's right. If there was another person traveling in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus...
I don't like the fact that it gave me button options now.
Yeah. It's inconceivable that Mr. McGilded would have been unaware of it.
Order. There's clearly a simple solution to this problem.
Bring the accused, Mr. McGilded, to the stand.
Well, what do you say, Counsel?
The prosecution objects, my lord.
On what grounds?
As a suspect, he will have already made a full statement to the police.
But what if there was some reason why he's unable to speak freely?
Magnus McGilded is no uneducated ruffian. If it indeed turns out that the man was been withholding information, you can be sure it will have been most deliberate act.
Counsel for the defense, what is your opinion?
My lord, should we ask Mr. McGilded to testify or not?
I think we have to.
Yeah, we got to. We can't go anywhere without it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we need to hear what he has to say in order to find out the truth. The defense would like to call Mr. McGilded to the stand.
In that case, I would like to hear the opinion of the jury.
Oh, yeah, I need a little time to consider.
If you ask me, I think we should hear what Mr. McGilded has to say.
Get the man out here, I say.
Whoosh!
Oh, crap. Oh, yeah, that's right. It would be utterly illogical not to hear her statement.
When something needs doing, get it done. That's how I run things at the guild.
Oh, hearing what the patron of my favorite little punk has to say. Oh, yes, that would be lovely.
But if he steps out of line, I'll stab him.
Yes, the jury says the man must be heard.
Very well. The court will hear the defendant's testimony. Bailiff, show the defendant to the stand at once.
Oh, good.
More rabbles.
More rabble.
Dot. Now, maybe what actually happened that night will finally become clear.
God.
Let proceeding be resumed. Mr. McGilded, have you been listening to the discourse of the day?
To be sure I have, my lord.
There are now two matters on which the court desires to hear from you. The first is whether or not there was a third party with you in the omnibus cabin as proposed by the defense. The second is that if such a person was indeed present, why did you conceal the fact from the police?
Begad, no. 'Tis not my nature to hide anything at all.
Except me pot of gold.
God damn it. It's gonna...
Just answer the questions, please.
Now all of a sudden I'm thinking about Lucky Charms. The truth of the matter is, I've been desperate about this thing all along. Do I tell yous all, or keep your mouth shut?
Tell us what, Mr. McGilded?
The fine fellow represented me is absolutely right. In the carriage on the night with myself and the other man, there was another passenger.
It's true.
Aye. It was me who helped the little urchin get away after all that happened.
You? What?
So was it a kid or something? Interesting.
No, Magnus McGilded, that convenient excuse can't save you now.
I'm truly sorry. I am, Dorfman Sykes. I'm sure you'll be wanting to know why I said nothing when I was taken in by the police. I do be having a very good reason, I assure you.
What was? Well, the little child was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and in no way involved, you see.
What?
If the police had known the wee one was there, they'd have assumed she'd done it. They'd have hauled her into her courtroom, just like Michelle.
I had a feeling it was going to be a child or something like that.
Mm-hmm. I was the only one trying to spare her that. Young hearts and young minds are easily damaged, my lord. And who was this young child of whom you speak? That I don't know. You don't know? Aye, well, the wee thing just happened to be in the carriage that night. I never saw her before or since.
We have absolutely no reason to believe this man. The prosecution calls for the witness's statements to be disregarded by the court.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if the urchin isn't here in this courtroom as we speak, listening to the proceedings.
What?
Smoke? There's a fire?
Well, this got nasty in a hurry.
What the hell?
What is going on?
Be careful, Mr. Naruto. Cover your face.
Bailiff, don't let the accursed escape. Secure the omnibus.
I hereby call him where she wishes. Bailiff, ensure the defendant is in custody. Clear the courtroom.
Well, that took a turn real fast. Wow.
Weirdly enough, that the clear the courtroom was actually the special ability of the Judge Man battle in Season 3 of Yu-Gi-Oh! When they went to the virtual world. Just a side note there.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
It just comes out. It just calls to you.
Yeah.
You gotta pull it out every so often.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go through my Rolodex of Yu-Gi-Oh! Knowledge just for this moment.
Listen, man, I gotta use it somehow. And if I don't use it here, when am I gonna use it?
Well, what's the point?
Yeah, exactly. If I haven't watched the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh! At least 10 times over, then what am I doing?
Exactly, right?
God.
Just going to waste.
Jeez, oh Pete's.
We were hurriedly removed from the smoke-filled courtroom by the bailiff. Amid scenes of chaos as people stumbled over one another in a desperation to flee the chamber. We had no idea what was happening. All we knew was that for the time being at least, the trial was suspended.
Oh, God, that was the 2P continued.
God damn it! Why?
How many episodes has it been?
I think it's been at least 3.
Yeah. Holy shit.
This is a long one. We knew it was. We knew it was going to be.
No, we knew. Oh, we definitely knew.
We're on part 2. Oh, we're on part 3 now.
Oh, we are on part 2.
We already missed 2. It flew by us. We didn't even notice.
Yeah, we were just like,
Man.
all right.
Man.
Well, you know what? That means we're in the latter. We're in the latter stages, but it's
Yeah.
gonna be a long ending here. So
I think we're getting close to seeing that third person.
yeah.
18th February, 12:52 p.m. The Old Bailey. Defendant's antechamber.
The Old Bailey, they call it.
Oh man, in the special victims unit. No.
Dun dun.
Dun, 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 dun. What on earth just happened in there?
Oh, just Law and Order.
Yeah, it's alright. It happens.
Mr. Naruto, I managed to find out what happened.
Did you? Mr. Sato.
I was told it was an advanced form of smoke grenade, a type of exploding device that releases smoke.
No shit. A smoke grenade. It sounds like the sort of thing ninjas use. It was ninjas!
Ninjas! You gotta always blame the ninjas.
Exactly.
They're just making sure everything is safe now. I think the trial will start again before long.
But who would have done something like that?
The police managed to catch someone who was trying to flee the courtroom, apparently.
Oh. Flee the courtroom? Why?
Well, it's a young girl of around 15, I hear.
Ooh. It's the girl.
Why a girl?
A young girl? Then could it be?
What's up with the young girls?
Yeah.
You got Miss Pavlova, now this girl.
They're all just killers by
Yeah.
mistake. The other passenger that Mr. McGilded was just talking about.
My thoughts exactly.
So he wasn't lying. Oh, what's become of Mr. McGilded, actually? There are so many things I need to ask him about, but he's not here.
I think he was summoned to the prosecutor's antechamber to answer questions, along with the young girl.
Who is she, I wonder? And what was she even doing here at this trial?
Oh, we're gonna find out.
She was taking a huge risk, and for what possible benefit to herself?
There's another matter that's troubling me.
What's that?
The 20 pence.
Huh? Oh,
According to the coachman, Mr. Beppo. Ooh, I'm gonna find it. He took 4 passengers that night at a fare of 5 pence each. Bad boat. That goes to a total of 20 pence exactly. I don't know why that's so funny.
it's just so innocent. But now it seems that there were in fact 5 passengers.
Which means the figures don't seem to add up again.
She's right. That is strange.
Counsel for the defense, kindly proceed to the courtroom. The trial will recommence in 5 minutes.
Oh, thank you, officer. We'll go in straight away.
Well, whoever she is, I imagine this young girl will be asked to take the stand and testify now.
Oh, yeah.
I really can't imagine what she's going to say, but it could alter the whole direction of the trial.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
Mm-hmm.
We'll know soon enough, Miss Usato.
This happened in the first trial, right?
Yeah.
Where like all of a sudden in face, oh yeah, that French girl or whatever.
Yeah, the girl that popped up.
Yeah.
Yes.
18th February, 1 p.m. The Old Bailey courtroom.
Oh.
Interesting.
There's the young girl next to Mr. McGilded. Look. She
Huh.
must have been the one who caused the disturbance before.
She looks familiar.
Yeah.
It's God, don't tell me it's her again.
Oh, the
same
French girl?
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
We'll see.
Well, after the rather eventful recess, the court will now resume the trial of Mr. Magnus McGilded. Now then, Lord Vengeance.
You know what's interesting? In all 3 of these cases, there have been a blonde girl who has been at the center of the whole thing.
Yeah. It is interesting, right?
Keep that in the back of your mind.
Mm-hmm.
My lord.
I believe you are established the cause of the smoke which veiled proceedings from here.
It seems to have been an advanced form of smoke grenade, of the sort typically employed by the army.
Good gracious, the army. What in the devil's name?
It was an elaborate attempt by a young girl to cloak her escape from the public gallery, but she was caught. And now occupies the stand.
Your name, girl. Are you responsible for the smoke grenade which induced such pandemonium here in my courtroom? What's the meaning of this deplorable behavior?
If I may, my lord.
Yes, Mr. McGilded.
I think perhaps I ought to explain here. Why is it that this wee lass was here in the first place? And why she tried to bolt like that? 'Tis all tied up with the events of the night, so it is.
Very well, Mr. McGilded, give your testimony. You will explain to the court exactly how this young woman is involved in the case.
Just what did happen that night? It's not like a defense lawyer needs that information or anything.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, here we go.
The young girl.
On the night in question, I took the back seat in the omnibus and promptly nodded off. Then, begorra, a loud thud and a wee scream woke me up with a fair start. There was a fellow collapsed on the floor at my feet, so I set him up on the seat across from me. Then I turned to find out where the scream had come from, and bless my soul, what did I find? There was a child in there, all curled up in a ball, hiding her wee self away.
I remain somewhat baffled, I confess, but from what I gather on that night in question, this young girl was indeed riding in the omnibus instead of correct.
'Tis exactly as the defense counsel said. This last was the 5th passenger, my lord.
I'll cut you.
He's still there.
Very well. The defense may now cross-examine the witnesses. Are you ready, counsel?
Yes, my lord. Or rather, no. I have no idea where to start.
Van Zykes doesn't seem very entertained.
Yeah.
Young girl. How did I to question? I took the back seat in the omnibus, promptly knocked it off. Did I just press him on everything?
Yeah. And when you first got to the omnibus, were there any other passengers already on board?
There were not. The cabin was empty, and there was no one on the roof deck either.
You were the first passenger, as it were. I see. Aye.
Aye. And that's why I took the back seat as I did. 'Tis the most comfortable, so it is.
Could you explain exactly what you mean by the back seat?
By all means, 'tis how you already described it earlier. I'm talking about the seat opposite the one in which the poor gentleman was stabbed was sitting. Like I said, 'tis the most comfortable, and where I feel most at ease. And of course, I enjoy gazing through the skylight from time to time as well.
He's got nothing to say.
That's interesting.
Then, Bagara, a loud thud and a wee scream woke me up with a fair start.
A loud thud, you say? And a scream?
Aye, that's right. How can I explain it? It was like the sound of someone falling to the ground. That sort of noise.
So you think it was the sound of Mr. Mason falling to the floor, having been stabbed?
Well, now, you'll remember I was asleep at the time, so I wouldn't like to say. But when the sound woke me and I opened my eyes, there was a soul to be seen in the carriage, but the fellow on the floor.
You didn't see anyone. But at the same moment, you didn't hear a scream.
Oh, from the seat above you on the roof deck, I presume.
Not above me, no, my lord. 'Twas from inside the cabin. But I wasn't altogether thinking about the scream. No, I was too stunned by this desperate sight before my eyes.
Huh.
So he's definitely saying it's from inside the cabin,
Yeah.
but there is nobody there. So
Well, there's nobody there when he got there. So, like, he fell asleep, and then when he woke up, there were more people in the cabin.
okay.
The rest of the collapsed on the floor at my feet, so I set them up on the seat across from me.
That's when he touched him with the glove.
Mm-hmm.
You sat him up? The victim, you mean?
That I did, on the seat across from me, as I said. I could plainly see the poor devil was already gone. And you wouldn't leave a dead man just lying on the floor now, would you?
It's not right. It's un-American.
It's not right. Well, this isn't America, so
Yeah, that's fair.
It's common courtesy, so it is.
in America we definitely leave them just
Yeah.
like, whatever.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
I find that a little hard to believe.
Alright, the Lord of Zykes. Now what would that be?
Tell me where the Lucky Charms are.
You'd get them right by the world.
You wake to find a man lying dead at your feet in a carriage. Any normal person would hail the cabman. Any upstanding member of London society, that is.
Well, now, as you know, I'm in something of a special line of business.
The business of lending money at exorbitant rates of interest.
Unfortunately, my lord, not everyone is thankful for the help I offer them, and some would even see me dead.
It's true.
So I do try, where at all possible, to avoid getting myself in a tangle with trouble.
Are you suggesting you were just going to leave the man there?
Heavens alive, no. I was always intended to report it, so I was. Only, I had a mind to find out the whys and wherefores first.
The whys and the wherefores?
Yes, the whys and the wherefores. Did you not hear me, my young man? God damn it, open up your ears. These young people these days.
Goodness.
Right you are. There are some details I wanted to understand before anyone else got to meddling. that wee scream I heard, for example. Wouldn't it your good self just do the same?
No.
No.
Yes. The scream he says he heard at the same time as the thud of the victim collapsing.
Interesting. Yeah, I turned around to find out that the scream had come from. And bless my soul. What did I find?
I'm afraid I don't understand. I'm sure you told the court that there was no one else in the carriage except yourself and the victim.
So I did, sir. So I did. As far as I could see, that is.
What do you mean by that?
Well, no. 'Tis the queer thing. The wee scream I heard as I woke up. It came from, if you'll excuse the vulgar expression, under me backside.
Good.
Oh my god.
Good gracious.
Under your backside?
Don't tell me you let out a fart.
Oh.
And when I lifted the seat on which I'd been sitting, I found there was a wee cubbyhole there for storage.
She was a stowaway.
Ah. Mr. Arhora, we can examine the omnibus ourselves, remember?
Yes, of course. The whole bus was submitted as evidence.
This would be a very good time to have a thorough look around inside. And that's what I found there. There was a child in there, all curled up in a ball, hiding her wee self away.
You say she was hiding herself.
Aye, that's right. It was hard to see in the dim lamplight, but she was all curled up in a wee ball. And when our eyes met, Will, my heart nearly stopped beating into me chest.
You're really overacting this.
Still no, I pulled her out from under there and set her up in the seat opposite so we could have a wee chin wag with her.
The seat opposite?
That's right, just next to the dead gentleman.
You set the young girl next to a corpse, sir?
Well, yes, I'm sure I mentioned. A gentleman in my position can all too often find himself in mortal danger. So, I needed to find out just who this urchin was, you see. And while I was in the middle of talking with her, I heard another scream, a fellow's voice this time. Oh, okay, that's the other guy.
Yeah. Presumably that screen was Mr. First, who was sitting on the roof's deck seats.
Right there are again, I would say, sir. Looking down through the skylight, he must have seen this young girl and the gentleman with the knife in his belly. Well, how come they didn't say anything about her being there?
They probably saw the outfit that she was wearing and assumed
Okay.
it was them. Because all they knew was he was down there and not the girl.
That's true. But her outfit with the hat, definitely, it could be either or, so.
In other words, the previous witnesses did not in fact see what old Mr. McGilded. What they believed to be yourself and the victim was in fact this girl, the late Mr. Mason.
Hi, my lord.
I still think that there's an extra element to this.
Yeah, I do think so, too. I definitely think so. There's something is fishy. Plus, this little girl's not talking, so I don't know. I was, as I think everyone understands now, sat at the back of the carriage at the outside.
Rabble.
It is certainly plausible. The defendant is somewhat
Diminutive.
diminutive in stature,
No, that's true.
and rarely compared perhaps with this young girl.
Yeah, about the same height.
Yeah.
After that, of course. With the scream from the gentleman over us, the driver realized something was wrong and pulled up the horses.
Thank you, I've heard enough. The events, as explained, are clear in my mind. However, at least one conundrum remains. Who is this girl?
Her name is Jeannie Lestrade, my lord.
Lestrade? Huh.
She's a chancer. Earned her crest among the large crowds, relieving peoples of the purses. What's commonly called a pickpocket.
What?
This girl here, a petty thief.
Yes, a petty thief.
Order. Is this true, Mr. Lestrade? Mr. Lestrade? Mr. Sound, you won't answer the question.
Whoa.
She shot the judge.
She shot the judge.
I'm blinded. I'm dying, boy.
Wow, she shot the judge.
How dare you? What is the meaning of this?
But excuse me?
Nah. The girl, she's gone.
Open their ears. Open their eyes.
Oh. I'm over here. I'm over here.
Good gracious, how?
What was the point in that little sidestep? I know what you lot are thinking. Grown-ups are all the same. These dirty little diaper, you say, slipped up and got the car on the job.
I don't want any dirty little diapers. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, no, thank you. She got herself backed into a corner, thinking she knifed a gent. Go on, that she was your lots in your heads, ain't it? Fucking
Good luck with that one.
This is gonna be rough. No, not at all.
I thought this stupid Irish accent I'm trying to do was hard.
This is a court of law. We're here to deter.
Got him. Got him. Oh, where are we dropping, boys?
Well, the Arby's is gone. Look, knives are for cowards. Only thugs use weapons like that. All I need for what do I is these fingers.
Did she steal is she still his coin, or did she steal the coin that guy gave
I think
us?
you stole our coin. I'm a professional, alright? Maybe not in your eyes, but I got pride in what I do. Let me guess. You don't count smoke guns among weapons for thugs. Oh, these? Yeah. This was in a bag I lifted the other day, down where they keep four-wheeled drags. It's nice, isn't it? I like the pink best.
Ah, do not wave that thing in my direction again.
Oh god.
So,
Can you shoot Van Zykes? I think it just needs to be an equal opportunity courtroom. So
you admit that you were riding the omnibus on the night in question.
oh boy, 'tis alright, lass. You could tell them the truth now.
Alright, yeah. It's just like the Irishman said.
The court accepts this girl, Miss Jane Lestrade, as a valid and significant witness in the case.
Oh boy.
Accordingly, young lady, we would like to now hear your testimony, if you please. You will tell the court exactly what happened to the omnibus on the night in question.
Alright. If I had to.
And we will hear her testimony on the next episode.